Hey sis, I wanted to come and share something that God deposited into my spirit last night as I was trying to sleep. That's usually when He speaks the loudest. But he was basically telling me the importance of me using my voice to protect this space that we are creating here on this side of TikTok. Um, he brought back a situation that happened, and he was telling me how, although I did the best that I could do it in that situation, um, I now have power and permission to speak, to stand up, and that's something that I am learning to do here. But after I graduated, I immediately went into a position for human resources. This was a human resources assistant. The job that I took was a company that had like 5 different companies within it. And it was like for CNAs, nurses, they had a cleaning service, but it was like different companies within one company. And our human resources department, it handled all of like the hiring, everything for all of those companies. Well, I ended up getting a position, and as I was graduating, going into another position, the two ladies that were there, the young ladies that were there, they were moving on. They graduated and they were going to go start another position at like a hospital. Well, the two ladies, they left at the same time, and these were young women. And when they left, it was me and another lady transferred into that position. The lady's position that I took, her dad worked there as an IT tech. He was also a pastor. So I took her position. She went on, to do what she do at the other position. I'm there. I'm learning. It's my first time like being out there in the workforce. After graduation or whatever. And I remember the HR manager, which he was a very nice man, very, very respectful, very by the book. But he was asking the IT guy, because it was a small it was a small building, but everyone in the building worked for the same company. So he would just walk around, check on everybody. He came into our department, and my boss was like, "Hey, so how are the girls doing?" They transferred, they went to another job. And I can't remember what he said exactly, but it was basically like they're not really liking it. I think it was like it was too much, fast paced or whatever. They went to like a really major hospital. So it was definitely like a big transition, a big difference. But he basically was like, yeah, they're not really liking it, blah, blah, blah. And this is me just like hearing, overhearing the conversation. So I'm at work, y'all. Like, I'm showing up every day. I'm doing my best, right? I'm a really good employee, okay? So I'm really good at like what I do once I learn how to do it. Well, one day, we were sitting in the front of our department having a meeting, and it's just me, another HR assistant, and my boss. It's just three of us. And my desk was right when you first walk in. So like if someone came and asked for an application, they would come to my desk, get the application, and they could sit right there, by the desk to fill out the application. Well, the IT guy came in and he was doing something on my computer. And while he's doing this, it's like we're all just like chit chatting, right? They're just talking about whatever. No one questions what he's doing. He's IT. He does something, says hello, and then he just leaves. So after our meeting, I go back to my computer. When I get on my computer, I realize that there is a file with all of our applications, terminations, like our policies, all of that. It is gone. I cannot find this anywhere. I'm familiar with computers, right? Like I know, if something's not there, then it had to be deleted. If something's not in the trash, then it had to be like off shift deleted. It had to like be deleted completely off of the computer. So I am sitting here like, where is this folder? It's like right there on the desktop, right? It's like 4 other folders there. You can see it. It's not hidden. It's like this folder is gone. And so I'm sitting there, I'm not panicking. I'm just like, what the heck happened? And I'm like, well, the IT guy came in, did something, and now this folder is no longer there. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I realized that because there was 2 HR assistants, we had copies of all of the files on a flash drive. And we would just like, if we ever needed a quick file, instead of her having to get on my computer, she would just use the flash drive. So I just remembered, oh, wait, I have all of this on the flash drive. Some of it, I remember updating some things, but I could remember, like I had some printed out applications or whatever, so I can go in and like update what needed to be updated. So I'm like, oh, shoot, okay, the files are gone, but I have backup. Just go pull it off of the flash drive, put it back on the computer, and then I'll be good, right? But in my mind, I'm thinking, did this guy really just come and delete these files off of my computer? And I was thinking, like, should I say something? Like, should I go to my boss and be like, I don't know what happened, but the files were there. And then the IT guy came and now they're not there, And I felt like, again, this is me just graduated from college, right? I'm new. I'm like the only African American there. That affected it as well. And this guy was a pastor. He was IT, but he was also a pastor. And so, and again, they all had connections and stuff. So I'm sitting there at my desk like, do I say something? Because this guy I know he came and he deleted my files. And then I went and I played it in my mind. If I go say something, then my HR boss, he was a really good boss. He would have really dug deep to figure out, like, why would he do that? And I figured it was going to be his word against mine. You called the IT guy and be like, hey, did you delete something? And of course he's going to be like, no. He's not going to be like, yeah, I deleted, her files. So I sat there and I was like, don't even say anything. Like, you have the files, you have a backup. Just put the files back on the computer and like, let it go. And I was like, but now, like, what you're dealing with. You know who you're dealing with. And so, like, I was there for like a year. And that happened within like the first month that I was there. And he worked downstairs with like payroll. So sometimes I would have to go and talk to payroll about whatever. And every time I saw him, I just, said hello or whatever. But it's like, I knew this guy really did just like try to sabotage me, right? And I don't know if it's because his daughter wanted to come back. I don't know. But that's something that God, it was a memory that God brought back to me. And I was like, okay, I remember this so clearly. And I was like, so God, like, why are you bringing this back up? And he was like, because you stayed silent. There was corruption. Someone was sabotaging you and you didn't say anything. And it was like, you did the best that you could, in that situation. But with the platform that I'm giving you, know that it is your job, your responsibility to speak up. Now that I'm like out here more, for some reason, I feel like my voice will sometimes come off aggressive. And I know, and this is what God was trying to tell me, is that I am dealing with invisible entities, right? So sometimes when I speak, it's like I'm not speaking to the person. I'm speaking to the invisible thing that I know is there, that my spirit has picked up on. And instead of me trying to pacify it or negotiate with it, I speak boldly against it. And I was over here trying to just over the past couple of weeks or days of me being on TikTok, it's like, can I address this? Do I not? Do I say something? And God is telling me that he has given this to me. He has given me this platform. And it is up to me. It is my job. He's given me permission to say what needs to be said. I have to take up for it. Because what he has planned for this platform, like the impact that it's about to have, the positivity, the love, the breakthroughs, the deliverance that's about to come through from this movement that he's doing right now, the enemy is going to show up. And he's telling me that it's my job to protect you all, protect this space that we are creating. So I just wanted to come and share that. Again, I'm trying to just really document this whole journey of me co-creating with God and just me just really just being obedient and, speaking up when he's telling me to speak up, create when he's telling me to create. So just wanted to come and share that. Hopefully that could, help some of you all. But yeah, you all stay encouraged and I'll talk to y'all soon.